Hey guys, Greg again, back here with another video, another update on how things are going, if things are improving, if they're getting better, or if I'm in way over my head and, dude, what are you doing? At the end, I'll have a few more slabs again to show off today. I'll show off the rest of my Dragonites that I have sitting here. Graded Guards again. Maybe one day they can sponsor me or feed me product to sell. I am addicted to those. Business-wise, first cool update is I got my domain. When the time comes and when everything is set up, you can go to catskillcollectionstcg.com. I own that now, for the year, at least. I do own that domain, and I'm very excited about it. I truly am. When your domain can match your actual business name and everything just like correlates and like in lines, it's just so great. So now the YouTube, the Instagram, and the domain are mine. And we're going to try and get this thing going now, I'm excited to do this. I truly am. I'm currently working on a webpage, my own website that you can go to, obviously with this domain that I just mentioned, obviously. The thought of it all is just it's flabbergasting, honestly. Like, I don't know how to feel about it. On one hand, I'm excited to I own this. Like, this is what I want to do, and this is the first big step in doing that. I think the next biggest step is probably filing for an LLC in my state, which is New York, which terrifies me, expense-wise. I'm trying to map out and keep track of my expenses, right? How much am I putting into this business to start out with? And I could say, to start, $24.99 beats the heck out of $2,099, for a spot that I may never fill. Having my own online though, that's awesome. Like, that's so cool. I do have products. For those who don't know, I do sell on Twitter, on Facebook. Not so much on Instagram yet. I created a new Instagram to obviously sell on there. But Twitter, Facebook for the most part, and I have an eBay store. The link is actually is down in the links, wherever the links are. I don't know. I'm new to this, so wherever you can find the links, they're all there. I promise. I built up a good feedback there, and by doing that, honestly, outside of how, I went to Collecticon this year in New Jersey. I picked up a bunch of grails. I met a bunch of content creators there that I follow. The vendor POVs, I love those. And that's what probably really ignited this. Like, I in that environment, I came prepared. I came with everything I had ready to go. I got what I wanted to get, and I left there with money. I left Collecticon with cash. And I even bought stuff to rip at home. I bought a 151 collection box and a prismatic bundle to rip at home. And I still had cash. So that wheeling and dealing part of it all was so much fun. And that's probably the next step also, is going to a show and vending. I have plenty of slabs up there that, it's going to be time to let those go. I'm going to start out with using my collection to start out my business. Whatever cards I don't want anymore or that I'm cool with letting go without having regret, I will let go. Now, I have my PSA 8 Legendary Collection Dragonite. I ain't selling that. You have to come kill me if you want that card. That's first card I ever created Dragonite-wise, and that's going to be on forever until I am dead. But I do have cards that I am willing to let go, and that's what I'm going to start out with. And then as I hopefully just get a little bit of success going, a little bit of momentum going. I can purchase other products and other stuff that I can sell on the site. I hope to one day sell Japanese and English product, but English is impossible to get. I have some. I may try to keep acquiring some over time if I find the right deal for stuff, but I will not overpay and I will not pay a scalper. I won't do it. I haven't been doing it in general now. Like with the whole modern boom, I've been collecting other things, but I will not be a scalper. And I won't be a scalper either. So that won't be the way right now to go. Japanese, the problem now is the tariffs. I don't know what's going on with that. I had to find a supplier first that would want to work with me. But Japanese is something I definitely plan on getting into as soon as I have the funding and the storage for it and everything. Like I said, as I said in my last video, you can't cheat. You can't cheat the steps. I can't go from creating and getting my domain to now buying a product that I don't have money to buy. That's how you lose everything. Like I'm not. That's not what I'm doing. I have singles and I have celebs to get me started. That will be my base. I will build up who I am as a person and try to make connections in the community, and then we'll go from there. But I will not just start, okay, got the domain, let's buy shit. Like that's not gonna get it done. It's just not. But getting the domain is the biggest thing to start out with, and like I said, it all aligns with the YouTube and the Instagram, and it's really cool. I'm super excited about that, and just getting that going. I have started the webpage that I'm working on, and it's not too hard. Is it tedious? Putting all the product onto the site, yes. And it is not live yet, so no one can buy from it yet, because personally, I don't know what the rules are. Okay, I have my own domain and I have an online website. Who do I report taxes and things to? I'm not trying to go to jail. I can't. I like to eat, man. And I'm not eating what's in there. So before I start doing that, I need to figure out how that works. On eBay, you obviously will file the 1099 or whatever it is when tax time comes. So I know, I'm good there. I'm not worried about that. That's all regulated, and eBay takes its fees for its eyes and the services, and do your damn service. With my online business, I don't want to go to jail. So I need to look into how all that works first. But I will have stuff on the YouTube, on the Instagram to be bought, sold, trade, whatever, singles wise and slab wise, if people are interested. But yeah, getting the website up and running is the next thing, right? That's the next goal. Get a domain, get a start, and now we go. Sorry about that. I was just writing down. I check off that thing on my box over here. I have a list of by domain, this, and I was just checking off by domain and crossing it out, just to kind of feel a little bit of accomplishment that's done. The first part is done. The first part of all of this was creating this YouTube and creating the whole idea of it all. Took me one day to go from Bins Pulls to being an actual name that sounds like an adult would make, something that you would want to buy from would make. And yeah, so I'm super excited for how all this has started out. And I mentioned, what I was collecting, right during this boom, right? When I got into the hobby, FOMO was something I wasn't really aware of. And I wasn't aware of how many Charizard UPC boxes were made. I didn't know. I wasn't in it yet. I just got back into it all, and this is all so much. Charizard UPC box with all these packs and promos, I need that, right? So I created an eBay account, and that was the first purchase I made on eBay. I bought a Charizard UPC for $180. Those were selling for 80 or less for like months. So, you know, if I kept up with that behavior of FOMOing, I would have been out of this hobby so much faster. I would have never been here today, be talking to any of you. I wouldn't be here. I would have spent all my money. I would have lived with my parents. I would not be where I am today. So, you know, FOMOing is just not. It's not healthy. It's not good for your health, your money's health. You know, you have to do other things. Go other ways. I know everyone has gone to now Chinese stuff and whatever else, but like, go get some older cards that you haven't picked up yet. Like, go do other things. If you focus and stress about just the modern stuff, that shouldn't be what it's priced at. It should not be. We all agree it shouldn't be. So why is it? You know what I'm saying? Go and honestly, if you haven't been paying attention, vintage is booming. Not like modern, but vintage is having the growth that it should have over time. If you go look at Aquapolis and Skyridge and those sets, those hollows can go up against any alt arts today. I put my money on it. I will go get the Starmie and a Butterfree. I will go get the what is it? The Nidoking? I think it is. Oh no, the Poliwrath. The Poliwrath with the Aerodactyl flying in the background. Man, I'm telling you, those cards are awesome. And in English, they're expensive. I picked them up in Japanese. Collect what you like and don't blow all your money. Yeah. So you have to go other ways. You know, you don't need the newest set. You don't need to have a booster box and ETB. Go get the singles you want. And don't buy them right away. You don't need them right away. Let them fall. Save yourself money. Some of you just want to go out and buy everything, and you can't do that. That box right there. That box is my Grail sealed collection piece. That will be with me for as long as I'm in this game. I got that my 4th year in collecting. Not my 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. No. I waited for that to get to a price where I can afford it, which even when I bought it, it was still expensive. And it was the biggest purchase I have bought up until that poncho. It's sorry, somewhere over there. You can't see because of the light. It's bleeding up the light. But yeah, so you have to go other ways. Other things to collect, other cards to collect, other eras to collect. Those old full art EXs, man, those are incredible. Megas, too late. The mega set's coming out. Megas are gonna boom, just like tag teams and everything else. Go a different way. Make your own path. If you follow what everyone else is following, you're probably too late to the party, and you're picking up the scraps and you're paying the high prices that just ruin you, honestly. So we're 13 minutes in, and I haven't even shown you guys the slabs yet, and I don't want to hold everyone here, so I'm going to show them off real fast. The first one is a CGC. This is the first slab I ever bought getting back into the hobby. And I like it because it's first edition, the Dragonite, but it also has the subgrades up top. And they don't have those anymore. So this was a cool card for me to get when I first got back into the hobby. First slab I ever bought. Now the first alt art I ever pulled. One box, Blue Sky Stream, with the Japanese Dragonite V alt art. I pulled this on the first pack of the box. I chalked it up to being a Dragonite fan, and the Lord sent me the box with this guy in it. And yeah, so this card will be in my collection, obviously, for as long as a minute. Also because I pulled that. Like, you can't beat that. And it's the first one I ever pulled. Only box of Blue Sky Stream I've ever opened. I've opened an insane amount of Evolving Skies, and I have never smelt Dragonite V. But next up, though, is the Dragonite V. I bought this from a friend on Twitter /X. I bought it raw for $170. He did me a favor when things were booming. He sold me this at a little bit of a better rate, better price. I graded it myself, came back at 10, and I now own both of these in 10s. This next one, I also graded myself. Oh, alright, there's something on this. I don't know what that is. Also graded myself. I bought this raw for $60 actually on TCG Player. I'm telling you, TCG Player is not bad. I have bought a lot of cards on there and graded from them, and I've gotten 10s and pretty good grades too on even vintage type stuff. So this card here got a 7. The back definitely is a little whatever, and little scratches on the hollow, but it's a super cool card, and the price of a 7 is way more than $60, I'll tell you that. And the last card I have here is a card I got at Collecticon also from Flipping Cardboard, Dawson. His girlfriend wanted Evolutions full arts, and I happen to have a ton in my binder, so I wanted to make a deal with my Collecticon, and I happened to find this Dragonite EX Unlimited. There is no first edition stamp down there, and in Japanese, these are actually more rare than first edition. They are harder to find. Again, look, I can't really show you the swirls that are on here because I don't want the reflection and all, but I have this in English as well. So to have it in Japanese as a 9 is really cool. I only paid $140 for it with the Evolution full art trades. So it was a really cool deal for me. Yeah. So again, you know, domain is mine. We keep moving forward. We see how this goes. And again, I thank everyone for you know, if you've helped me out, given me info, encouragement, follow on Instagram or here or whatever, man. I just appreciate everybody, and I thank you, and I will talk to you guys soon.